All right, dogs, back in the lab, and we have reached DEF CON 4 or 5, whichever one is worse, with these hips and this extreme squatting motion that I'm doing in my golf swing. So I've seen some analyses of elite ball strikers where they they draw a line at the top of their head in the backswing, and there might even be a little bit of a lowering throughout the backswing, and then there's a lowering throughout the downswing into post impact. And I think I've taken that far beyond reasonable or any practical application of lowering in the golf swing. So I'm focusing on standing up essentially and not squatting. That's basically what it is. So I've been kind of getting up here, and I'm trying to get comfortable being a little more not squatting. I guess that's all it is to it. And we're going to hit some shots. If I thin them, we're not really worried about the result of the shots right now or when we're in the lab per se. Um, we're just not. We're working on new things. So I'm if you've watched any of my swings, I'm really just kind of sitting like down here, and there's got to be a little bit more hip extension. So let's see if I can't pull that off for tonight's videos. See, I might even get a little closer and stand upright. 0 for 1. Definitely chunked it, probably steep, but we're going to worry about some of that other stuff once we square away what's happening in this lower body, which is just unsustainable. A little better. We'll go 1 for 2. And it really is when you're so behind on hips like I am, I have to feel like once I'm in P4 heading into P5, I am firing this thing and pushing it back and forward at the same time, like almost before the backswing even finishes. So last one here. See if I can't get a great one for the vid. Hopefully my posture looks a little different tonight. So that felt great. I mean, we'll go 2 for 3, I think. And again, these are probably low shots because I have to keep my hands so low. And that should impact the ball flight and keep it low. But you can still do great work even if you have to do sawed-off finishes. So that's what we do here in the lab. All right, folks, we are in the new contemplation station, the new sign-off set piece that I mentioned earlier this week. So much more comfortable for me to do the sign-off vids. So today's sign-off vid, we're talking about the electric final round of the 2011 Masters. It's coming up soon. And this is the Masters where Rory meltdown, he collapsed, and that's a huge talking point every Masters, every year at the Masters. Is he going to get the career Grand Slam? And I never really knew what happened. So I went back and watched the entire 4.5 hour final round. Um, and it really starts on hole 10 for Rory. And that's about 2.5 hours into the final round, which I'm going to link at the end of this video. Um, Starts on hole 10, pulls it left, and that's where you get that famous shot of him kind of in the houses on the left. He punches out. hits a fairway meadow left of the green, tries to chip it on, hits a limb, gets on in 5, 2 putt 7, triple on hole 10. Yeah, finished with the triple bogey 7 on 10. He was one up on KJ Choi, Charles Schwartzel, Angel Cabrera, two up on Tiger, Luke Donald, and Adam Scott, three up on Jason Day when all that happened on hole 10. So tripled 10, bogeyed 11, 4 putt double on 12, hit it into Rays Creek on 13th, which is another kind of famous shot of the collapse when he hits a tee shot. He's holding his head on his arm on the tee box. So he shoots a final round 80 to finish 4 under. So I'm glad I went back and actually watched what happened there because I really didn't know past the whole 10 seeing him in the houses. Um, but his playing partner that day was Angel Cabrera, the 2007 US Open champion, the 2009 Masters champion. And knowing what we know now about Angel Cabrera, he did about a 2 to 3 year stretch in an Argentinian clink for theft, assault, illegal intimidation. He was just released 7, 8 months ago in August 2023. He's cleared to play again. Um, so that's in the back of your mind when you're watching this as well. But for the golf was awesome. I mean, there's a great finish. Charles Schwartzel obviously wins it, 13 under, birdied the last 4 holes. But Adam Scott's right there, Jason Day's right there, like Tiger's there in the vintage red. This is obviously 2011, so after all the drama with Elin. So if you get a chance, the Rory stuff on the back nine starts about 2.5 hours into it. I highly recommend a rewatch. It's awesome.